bell rings, get in the square circle, it's time. The Boxing Biz Podcast is live. Call in and state your mind, but get checked if you're stepping out of line. Jab right hand combination. We're interviewing fighters from every nation. The phone lines are busy. Have some patience. Your 3 minutes are up. No more conversations. The Boxing Biz, where we handle our business. Handle your business. We handle our business.
Yeah, we handle our business. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to another episode here on the Boxing Biz YouTube channel, podcast, radio show. We doing an early bird special. Catch us early. That's how we doing it now. You know what I'm saying? Get your road work on early in the day. And yeah, man, I'm going to open it up with, man, no more Tom and Jerry fights. No more Tom and Jerry shenanigans. Shout out to my man, Turki Alalshikh, who is not taking any more nonsense with any of these fighters, right? He's putting everybody on notice, letting them know that you can't be running around and then expect to get paid the big bag. Turk ain't giving out the big bag to any of y'all that think y'all going to just be tap dancing around this ring. We pay good money to watch good fights. If I want to go see a track star, I'll tune in to the Olympics whenever that's around. If I want to go ahead and watch a cycling event, I'll tune into a cycling event, bro. Ain't no more getting on your bike and getting the big bag. And shout out to everybody that's tuning in to Early Bird Special on the way to work. Getting up, getting that breakfast ready, pancakes, waffles, or maybe you on some, healthy status. Which reminds me, I got to get back on my healthy status. Sometimes we just let go. All right, Turki Alalshikh, speak your piece. As you guys can very well see, from this point on, I don't want to see any more Tom and Jerry type boxing matches where one fighter is running around the ring and the other is chasing him. We can longer support these kind of fights. Pretty sure he meant to say we can't no longer. I'm pretty sure he meant to say we can't any longer support these kind of fights, the Riyadh season and the ring. We want to support fighters who leave it all in the ring and fight with heart and pride. Triple glove emoji. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. It's on. And I think that he needed to say this a long time ago too, man. Honestly. This is already bullshit. All the bullshit that we got to go through as boxing fans. You know what I mean? No way. So, as you can very well see, we know who this finger was pointing at. And you got a bunch of boxing reporters still tiptoeing around certain fighters. Man, it makes you wonder. It makes you really wonder. What is it that you got going on with these fighters that you can't even admit that this finger was being pointed at Devin Haney? Obviously, Devin Haney's lackluster fight against Ramirez is what Turki Alalshikh is mentioning too. And it's not just Devin Haney. Obviously, an even more boring fight, Canelo Alvarez versus my man Skull. Skull. I never seen a man run more than Skull. And I'm pretty sure that Skull, the Canelo Alvarez and Skull fight was also the fight that was included in this statement made by Turki Alalshikh. You got to understand, these are the fights that put a damper on Riyadh season. These are the fights that put, the snooze button or the Z's, put the Z's on boxing fans' minds, man. Nobody wants to see these type of fights. Boring, disrespectful. you know what I mean, wasting my time type of fights. So, moving forward, we're going to be able to see real good fights, in my opinion. I think that Turki Alalshikh set the bar. When the big boss says something, it got to happen. You know what I mean? And, for a while, I mean, ever since Riyadh season started, Turk has treated everybody pretty daggone good. Everybody's been getting paid right. Everybody's been taking the bag. No problem. No problem. Yeah, Turkey. Yeah, Turkey. Everybody's, yeah. No more big bag unless you're giving us a big fight. That's the rules now. And shout out to everybody that's tuning in, man. Appreciate y'all. Facebook family. Shout out to the Boxing Biz IG, everybody that's tuning in right now and tapping in with us. Appreciate y'all. I know it's early bird special, but that's how we're going to be getting down. And down. Early status.
Dumatron activated.
All right, Dumatron activated. What else we got going on for this morning? Well, be honest with you, that card actually. I mean, we have a couple of fights coming up, and I'm seeing with Turki Alalshikh. Excuse me, Turki Alalshikh. I think I tweeted something else too. I'm gonna have to see if that was something that turned up last night. I like the poster too, man. That they got going on for Riyadh season. For Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford. If you take a look at the poster, matter of fact, let me just put it up on the screen and take a look at that poster real quick. Yeah. It's pretty cool too. I don't know if I wish I could zoom it in a little bit more. Maybe I can. Let's see. No, I can't. But, this is something that I've kind of really enjoyed from Riyadh season. I really enjoyed this whole movie-esque type of promotions. The Bivol and Artur Beterbiev lead up to the fight was pretty amazing, actually. The movie trailer with the whole sword. I got the, bareback coat on and shit. They look like ancient warriors. I like that. I don't know what they were going for here. They got Canelo wearing some leather sandals. They got Terrence Crawford wearing, I don't know, some lion made boots. This is the fight in the jungle. I have no idea. But they got both of them in tethered wear. Looks like, ancient Sparta sort of thing. I don't know what the hell that goat head all the way at the top is. Don't get me started with the conspiracy theories. But you see this goat head up here. I mean, it's either a goat or a ram. I'm just going to say it's a ram, I'm not going to get too crazy into it. And then it's September 13th, Las Vegas. Salah, ring, Canelo Alvarez, obviously promotions. And you have TKO. TKO is promoting it. We all know TKO is Dana White. Shout out to Dana White. Getting into boxing again. He's going to be doing some craziness.
Let's go, champ. You feel me?
That man knows how to do business. So, yeah, you got Dana White's TKO and Fatal Fury, obviously. Netflix, man. This is going to be on Netflix. Netflix special. Netflix is, it's taking advantage of taking a piece of that boxing pie. It's working out great with Netflix, actually. More and more coverage on the sport. And, of course, that's what we want, right? We're going to go ahead and be able to have the sport in more eyes, and Netflix will definitely do that. Turki Alalshikh says, Riyadh Season and Salah present the fight of the century. Canelo versus Crawford for the undisputed super middleweight championship and the Ring Magazine belt. September 13, Las Vegas, streaming live on Netflix as part of a strategic partnership with Riyadh Season. And there you go. Riyadh Season. Turki Alalshikh. No more Tom and Jerry games. Something that, last night, it's pretty late. I didn't jump on. But, when I saw this come in yesterday evening, it really made me feel like there's going to be more urgency for any of these fighters to perform. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, let me take this hat off. I got a haircut appointment today, man. Y'all got to forgive me for this fryer. I got the fryer tuck going on right now. Chill, champ. It's been a while. I don't know why I was caveman in it, but yeah, I got the haircut appointment in a couple of hours. I'll be back later with a little fresher haircut, or a haircut period. But anyway, I digress. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Early Bird Special, man. Getting that early morning road work here on the Boxing Biz. Talking Turki Alalshikh. No more Tom and Jerry games. And and it made me think, man, like, what other Tom and Jerry fights have we been really having to deal with, What fighters is this being directed to? Because at the same time that we don't want no Tom and Jerry games, what do we do to the boxers and fighters like, let's say, for example, Shakur Stevenson? I mean, is this something that's being referenced to him, right? Is this something that now any fighters that have that defensive style, you feel me? Hold on, I'm going to back up too. You know what I'm saying? When you have that defensive style, and I backed up a little bit, so if you hear a little change in the microphone, when you got that defensive style and you just moving and grooving, and, that's just your way of fighting, is that going to be something that's going to, come against you, or you're going to be that boring-ass fighter? I mean, do I have to change the way I fight? See, that's the thing. We don't want to, as fighters, we don't want to go ahead and change, any style or any method of how we box. You know what I'm saying? If I'm a defensive fighter, I'm going to keep fighting defensive. If I'm an aggressive fighter, I'm going to keep fighting aggressive. So, it's not about not fighting, in a defensive matter. It's about, come on, man. Like, you can't. I got to put this hat back on. Shit. Got to get this cutty today. Bro, it's about not running for 12 rounds, 10 rounds, whatever it may be. Nobody wants to see these Tom and Jerry games, champ. He hit it right on the nail. Nobody wants to see these, fights where the guys, it's just running. At least Shakur Stevenson, when you see my man Shakur Stevenson fighting, it's a different type of running. You know what I mean? And it's hit and run. It's a defensive style, hit and run. I'm still beating the shit out of you, but I'm entertaining you in a different way. But fighters are going to have to pick it up. Big Boss has spoken. Stop playing. Excuse me. Lemon water. Cheer. Shout out to everybody tuning in right now. Early road work. That's what we're going to call this. We're getting our early road work in the day. And talking Turki Alalshikh and the comment that he made on X last night. Tired of the shenanigans, tired of the Tom and Jerry games. And honestly, like, I can't support another fighter anyway that's going to be running around like we saw Skull and Devin Haney and Ramirez fight. I'm not doing it. So I don't know. Maybe the Turk listens to the Boxing Biz, and he was like, "Damn, Doomatron really makes a good point." I'm gonna have to talk some shit because, I was talking about this shit yesterday and the day before a little bit, and out comes Turkey, ready to make sure people are giving the fans the best possible fights that we can get, man. Paying big money for this. On my word, if I see, again, some of y'all believe that Crawford isn't gonna run. Some of you believe that Crawford is gonna sit there in the pocket and decide to trade. I hope so. I hope so, man, because after that skull fight, I felt like Crawford was basically saying or insinuating that he had the keys to the kingdom already. That's the way to beat him. And for crying out loud, bro, September 13th comes and we get anything that looks like that, it's going to be terrible. So I think there's even more pressure now, especially on Crawford, because I know that, Canelo's style is to come forward. So it's not like, it's anything new for Canelo. Canelo's going to always come forward. Crawford, on the other hand, new weight division, coming up in weight. He's heavier now. There's a couple of things that he's going to have to really take into consideration, bro. And you could do only so much in camp, to try to acclimate with the weight, the new speed, because he ain't going to be as quick as he think. He better not think that he's putting on his weight. He's going to be quicker. There's a lot of things that are going to change for him. And truly, we're going to see what kind of athlete Terrence Crawford is. He's a special guy. This is why we believe in the fact that he can possibly, knock Canelo off the mountain. It's the reason why we're entertaining this fight. There's many reasons why we believe that Terrence Crawford has an opportunity. Don't get it twisted. But he has a couple of uphill battles that he's facing going up in those weights. And we're just going to have to be honest with ourselves of what can possibly be the outcome here. There's no, nobody's wearing a Superman cap. Sometimes we put the Superman caps on these guys and our fighters and the ones that we support. Got to just be honest with what it is. And it's a heavier guy in there with a guy who's coming up two weight divisions, probably three if you really think about it from where he's coming from. It's going to be a tough battle for him. But a lot of money to be made. And I don't know if you guys, just segueing real quick. We have, I think, who was it, Mabili? Let me see. Well, the Turki Alalshikh says the world will be watching Riyadh season's Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford fight of the century on Netflix. And for that, I want to load the undercard with young, hungry fighters who deserve the chance to perform under the bright lights. These are some of the names I hope to see fighting in Las Vegas on September 13th. Led by the ring champion Junto Nagatani. If you are interested, you and your teams know how to find me. Cool bro emoji. And then Turki Alalshikh goes in and lists the actual fighters that he's talking about. He's talking about Christian Mabili, Muhammad Alakel, which is one of these young and up-and-coming Saudi fighters. Young guy, hungry to represent the country. Reito Tsutsumi, Justin Villoria, Emiliano Alvarado. For a second there, I thought it was Emiliano Vargas. Man. Shout out to the Vargas brothers. All three of them. And Pop Dukes. They killing it right now. Definitely. But that's not Emiliano Vargas. That's Alvarado, right? Jamar Talley. And I guess Abdullah Mason will return on that night. And then you got Nishant Dev. So, Turki Alalshikh is trying to put in guys that are actually going to fight, hungry fighters. You know what I mean? He's got to put these young fighters that are really trying to make it. Shout out to Abdullah, too. Excuse me. Abdullah did great. He did amazing. After the whole shenanigans in Norfolk, Virginia. I don't know if there's any breaking news, too, with Keyshawn Davis and the bros, man. Shout out to them. All I can say, man, is keep your head up and learn from your mistakes. That shit will blow over, and hopefully you can get back to handling business because that shit was nuts. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Again, shout out to everybody tuning in. Early bird. Let me step back, give you the jab. Jabberoni for everybody stepping up to the 7 o'clock show. Oh, man. California is like 4 in the morning right now. Be honest with you. What is it? 4:30 in the morning, California. Shout out to California. Let me take this volume back down. Shit must have sounded like your alarm button. Yeah, Turki Alalshikh. This is what we're talking this morning. Tom and Jerry fights. I don't even know what other fighters I could possibly point the finger at to put this whole Tom and Jerry shenanigan, towards them, pressure on them to fight. Christian Mabili. I mean, some of these fighters, these are all new fighters too that Turki had just mentioned. I gotta check in Nishant. Nishant Dev. Nishant Dev is the Indian kid. That's right. That kid got India on his back, bro. See, these are fighters that are gonna catapult the sport, man. And Nishant Dev is definitely one of them. And I think he knocked out his guy his last fight. Did well also in the Olympics. Yeah, Nishant Dev. I think this is him. Got I didn't even know Nishant lost. He has 7 losses. Shit. I wonder who he lost to. Omari Jones. Okay, he lost to Omari Jones in the 3-rounder. Marco Verde. His early bird in the career. Nishant Dev. Yeah, Nishant Dev. See, these are the up-and-coming fighters, and if you really talk about worldwide, regionally, right, this is a potential superstar. And I think Eddie Hearn was making that very clear. Nishant Dev, literally, Indian boxer. And there's not too many Indian boxers, bro. There's not too many Indian boxers that could, and you're talking about a continent with 1 billion people. Pretty sure that's the number in India. Yeah, like 1 billion people that you can, that you can be, there are potential viewers, right? Nishant Dev definitely has the ability to become a superstar, bro. Crazy amount of viewership that he can tap into, and of course move the sport the way that Turki Alalshikh wants it to move. And again, the last fight he had a loss. Is it Nishant Dev? I thought he had won. Man, maybe I'm mistaken, right? I know there was another young fighter that he fought. This guy Nishant Dev that I'm looking at. Oh, there we go. Just chill out, guys. I was looking at the amateur. I was confused for a second. 25 fights. Like, what? Didn't he just debut? Yeah. So Nishant Dev, again, 1-0. I was looking at his boxing amateur pedigree. And, he lost to Omari Jones in a 3-rounder in 24, but this is all amateur. We're tapping into the pro. He's brand new, 1-0. Yep, and he did knock out the last guy, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, TKO'd Alton Wiggins. Josue Silva is the next opponent, and that's this weekend, actually. Okay, so Nishant Dev is going to be fighting, I guess, in the Madison Square Garden Theater, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be under the Richard Hitchison card and George Kambosos. So Nishant Dev returns under the Richard Hitchison and George Kambosos card on June 14th this weekend. Again, Nishant Dev, a fighter from India who has the ability, man, to really tap into a huge viewership. I mean, he's fighting a guy that, he works in the back of the car. The mechanic shop. Journeyman. So we don't know what we're getting from Josue Silva, but, they're bringing him up. Just like they do all of them. So shout out to Nishant Dev, who I'd love to get on the show, actually. Talk a little bit about how he's come into the pro ranks and what he feels he can do in his division. And let me see if I recognize any other name, right? That there might be some not fame, but a good push for boxing. 100% KO ratio. Ain't that when you get your first fight, you got one fight, you got one KO, 100%. 24 years old. All right. 6'1", too, man. Gosh. Guy's tall. Super welterweight division. Again, shout out to everybody tuning in, getting your early morning road work in here at the Boxing Biz. And we appreciate you. Shout out to my Facebook family. Shout out to the YouTube X family. Rocking out early bird special. If you're getting your coffee ready, you're getting your green juice ready. Shout out to everybody, waking up early, man. It's the motherfucking Warriors, the Road Warriors, morning Road Warriors. Cheer! Turki Alalshikh said no more Tom and Jerry games, champ. No more Tom and Jerry games out here. All right, so no more new news, right, from Turk besides that last night. And the poster obviously that I was showing you guys, and I'll throw it up there again just so we could take a look at it, right? Because I get excited. I can't wait to see the actual trailer, movie trailer. You got a few months, man. Let me see. We got June, July, August, September. Damn, time's flying already. We're already in mid-year. And got about 4 months of promotion for this fight. And, stay tuned, man. You're going to have those crazy movie trailers. I wonder what it's going to be, man. I mean, the way they're sitting on this rock right now, the way they're looking at each other, it just reminds me of the 300. I know you guys remember when they were building that wall in the movie The 300. The first one, though. The first one's the best one, really. If you see they're on those rocks near the water, building it. They all got this type of gear on. These tethered leather, I'm gonna say skirts, or I don't know what I don't know what they called them back then. But yeah, I can't wait to see the trailer. It's gonna probably be around the same thing too. It's gotta be Riyadh season. And again, Turki Alalshikh playing no games. From this point on, I don't want to see any more Tom and Jerry type boxing matches where one fighter is running around the ring and the other is chasing him. I mean, if there's anything, this was meant more for the Canelo and Skull fight, but you got to include Devin and Ramirez in there. You got to just include them, man. You can't be running around, champ. Stop acting like that. But again, like, you can't take away from a fighter's, you can't take away from a fighter's ability, or a fighter's, style. You can't. I'm telling you, you can't tell a defensive fighter not to fight defensively. You can't do that, Like, I can't sit here and say, yo, Dev, stop fighting the way you're fighting. You can't. That's his style. It's just got to be a little more action, just a few more punches, couple of more combinations. And we'll see. We'll see if, Devin Haney was just trying to make sure that, he locked in that next fight with Ryan. Ryan shit the bed on that one, but hey, shit happens, right? And that's just it. But we're going to see if that was actually the case, bro, because, we're still, a lot of us still feel like Dev got a little bit of like, a little bit of fear to go in there and really, start trading with certain guys. Yo, and honestly, I'll tell you what, Devin is big, bro. Devin is big. He's strong. He hits hard. See, a lot of y'all say that he got no power or whatever, but he hits hard, bro. Those body shots sounded like freaking like a car accident, the way he was hitting Ramirez. I think that with Devin Haney, and again, he's got some good trainers around him, and he taps in. He's been developed all around the country, in Mexico, so he's seen a lot. I think that it's just about just making sure that Devin knows how to protect his chin, right? Knowing how to fight inside pocket, know how to throw combinations on the inside, quick combinations, exit. He has the legs to exit, to in and out. He has them. It's just about protecting that chin and knowing how to be comfortable in the fire that'll allow him to be a better fighter. I mean, you could use this style until you retire, and it's like Floyd says, right? The art of hitting, not getting hit, but you can do a little more, and you're gonna have to do a little more, especially if you're doing deals with my man Turk. You're gonna have to do much better at making sure that your combinations and your punch output is a little higher, and he can do it. Dev can do it. Dev can hurt guys, man. I just don't know what the actual boxing acumen is in the camps, Like, what are we trying to do? Because I think that if we turn Devin Haney into that inside fighter, and I'm not saying totally, I'm just saying just kind of just, polish them up a little bit more on the inside, knowing how to tuck in those gloves into the chin, I think that he would do very good on the inside in trading. He's fast. He's super fast. So, I mean, throwing quick combinations shouldn't be a problem for Dev on the inside, because it just ain't going to cut it no more. At least with Turk. Nobody wants to see no boring-ass fights, and I don't think that Devin is a boring-ass fighter. I think there's a lot of skill in what he does. There's a lot of skill in what he's done so far in the fights that I've seen. And we've also seen that he has some power, right? But setting up the power and depending on who you're fighting, obviously, is going to dictate what kind of styles makes fights, right? But, a Ramirez, Devin Haney fight, that's what was going to happen. We were going to see a forward pressure fighter and then a guy on his back foot throwing, counter punching, and using the jab. But every now and then, we could have seen a little bit more, and we didn't. And we'll sign it off for now as something that he just had to do to lock in the Ryan Garcia fight. That shit didn't happen though, so now you look terrible, and then still no Ryan Garcia fight. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. But no more Tom and Jerry fights. Turki Alalshikh. Shout out to everybody tuning in on the Facebook, on the YouTube. Shout out to X and everyone that is here with us early morning on the Boxing Biz Podcast show here on YouTube. Also, man, we're on Sound. Check us out on Sound. If you guys want to check us out on iHeartRadio, any of the podcast directories, we're on there too. Man, we got some people listening, man. Jump in on the chat. If you got any breaking news or any other topics that you want to tap into right now, you know, I'm talking Canelo Alvarez. I'm talking Turki Alalshikh and some of the new fighters that he wants to see. Nishan Dev. What do you guys think about Nishan Dev, man? I was just talking about him, but you know, the ability that he has to tap into 1 billion in viewership in India is incredible to me, man. You know, the type of viewership and just like support, bro. And I know that those numbers for his debut were huge. Definitely a fighter to look out for, especially if he's knocking guys out too, man. Shit. Got a 6'1" Indian fighter. That doesn't come around too often. That's going to be an interesting career to see develop. What else we got here? And we got a bunch of stuff actually that we can talk about right now. It's just a lot of stuff going on this weekend with Kambosos and Richard Hitchison. It's going to be a crazy fight. And I hope you guys have been catching the programs on the Zone. They got a bunch of new stuff. The Zone's doing pretty good, man, with the programs they're putting up on the app. You know, we pay money all around the board for boxing. The Zone being one of them, and the Zone's definitely upped a lot of their programming on the app. Got a bunch of shows on there that, you know, especially with the lead up for Richard Hitchison and Kambosos, they've been talking a lot of crap to each other. And Richard Hitchison, man, he's talking like he's gonna finish Kambosos. I mean, he's talking real reckless, man. I like it, I really do, but. He's better. The way he's talking, say he's gonna finish him. He's gonna finish Kambosos. I mean, Kambosos is scrappy. Kambosos ain't an easy fight. He's a scrappy dude, man. And excuse me, the way that my man is making it seem is like he's gonna just run through. He's like he's gonna just run through him. I doubt that. I doubt that Richard Hitchison is just gonna run through a Kambosos. And I mean, we all know Kambosos you know, has lost his returns to try the title, you know, acquiring a title. His chance card 12 too small for Canelo. FA Jabba discusses it. They're asking a bunch of people if they're asking a bunch of people to see what they think about Crawford. If Crawford's too small. I mean, that's the argument with Crawford and Canelo, really. That's it. I mean, it's just the weight. There's nothing really else that kind of splits these two in a way where we would think one or the other has a full advantage. It's just all about the weight. Man, Kambosos Jr. blames Richard Hitchison for 4,000 unsold tickets at the theater at the MSG event. And that's some clowning shit too, man. Again, man, Richard Hitchison, I don't know what promotional train he has behind him or what squad, but remember, Richard Hitchison is just coming into the light in a way where he's making waves. You know, Richard Hitchison, he was on the quiet and on the humble for a long time. So, you know, him being loud or talking or really pushing himself the way he is now, There's no arrogance. It's just the way you got to move in this game, to be able to be heard and seen and recognized. So, these 4,000 unsold tickets at the theater, the MSG event, is no surprise, really. And, I mean, Kambosos can't say, like, they know him either. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody really know Kambosos too much. I mean, the people that know him more, obviously, is the Australian crowd and it's a big viewership that he has over there. The country really gets behind them. And they were facing off up there on the Empire State Building the other day. And unsold tickets, man. Wow. I mean, 4,000 tickets. I mean, it's the week of. I mean, you literally got a few days to be able to sell those tickets. It says Kambosos revealed today that there are still 4,000 unsold tickets for their event at the theater at Madison Square Garden in New York City. The venue seats 5,600. If those numbers are accurate, it would be a disaster. Kambosos seemed to be blaming it on Hitchens because he's from New York and he should be able to sell more tickets than 1,600. Obviously, Richard Hitchens says you're gonna get knocked out. It says George says you're going to run for it. Hitchens, from you don't got a chin. You've been down with a body shot and a headshot. I've never been down in my life in boxing. Kambosos says your breath stinks. These guys are getting real. These guys are getting real funny. Say your breath stinks. Hitchens, I'm gonna break your face, bro. I'm going to break your face. Kambosos says New York is my hometown. You're not Lomachenko. You look scared and skinny too. You're going to hold me. You're going to run. Hitchens, your son is going to get hurt. You're going to get hurt. You better stop the fight. If you love your son, you're gonna stop it. Oh, he's talking to Kambosos' pops. Kambosos finishes off with, there are 4,000 tickets left. What happened to your belt? I want a new belt. That reminds me of you. Trash. Yo, there's major shit talking going on. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in too. Shout out to my man Pat Greedy in the building. Bill said that he was talking about Skull. Bill, of course Bill's going to say that he was talking about Skull. Of course he's going to say that. Why can't he include himself in there? I'm saying he's talking about both. Stop trying to exit your way out. Come on, Bill. You know I got mad love for you, champ, but it is what it is. Dev's still he's still got the skills to pay the bills, man. But it's just the way he paid the bills on the night of the time of the New York fight. This shit was not what we wanted to see. Pat Greedy comes back, says, if Turkey doesn't want running, make Canelo versus Benavidez. Man, he should have been able to make that. See, that's something that I don't understand, right? And I don't know if that's like a PBC thing, or maybe just not a thought. But come on, bro, you could have made that fight happen. You could have made David Benavidez and Canelo happen. You're making Terrence Crawford happen. What happened there that my man Turk didn't whip out the bag and say, you know what? Right here. Boop. Canelo, you got to fight David Benavidez. Now, I don't know if that... Remember, Canelo has a $400 million contract, I think, or fight deal with Turk. And I think it's 4 fights, 3 or 4 fights. I'm going to go with 4. And we don't know what the other opponents are. You know what I'm saying? So Pat, I don't know. We don't have no discussions of Turk talking about, bringing in David Benavidez. But we got to get through Terrence Crawford first. Terrence Crawford obviously is on the horizon, and until he handles that, Canelo can't even talk about Benavidez. He already got a major fight in front of him in Terrence Crawford. Now, if he gets past Terrence Crawford, yeah, give me David Benavidez. I gave you $400 million. Jump in the ring with David Benavidez, and that's a fight that. Listen, man, how many fights have we lost? Some fights happen in timing. Some fights we will never get again. There's certain fights that happen within a certain time limit, right, or a certain time constraint, bro. And if you don't make those fights happen within those times, you're gonna lose it. You know, like Deontay Wilder versus AJ. You know, we wanted that fight, we didn't get it. You know, and I don't think we'll ever get it. It's just the way it works. There's certain fights that just don't happen, and it's a tragedy, really, because Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez, to me, would have been a great way. I mean, I'm not saying that Canelo would lose, right? But it would be a great way to pass on the torch. If you got a guy like Canelo that, you know, is already on his way out, got a young up-and-coming Mexican fighter, and he could definitely leave the torch and the belt, you know what I'm saying, or pass the torch, man, to David Benavidez, and he'll rep that the right way. It's just, you know, sometimes you got a lot of sensitive ass people in this game. David Benavidez has been chasing Canelo for so long, and all he wanted to do was fight. And then you gotta be freaking, you know, you gotta watch how you talk to the champ and shit. You gotta watch how you're promoting yourself to fight Canelo. You gotta watch if you're being rude, and you go through all this shit, right? And that's exactly what David went through. He went through all the bullshit. I want the fight, but I can't act like I want the fight. I can't do, you know, it's just bullshit. And it's a fight that obviously a lot of us want to see. But are we going to get it? Is it going to be a possibility, you know, that we can get it? Maybe. Turki Alalshikh, you just never know what he's up to. And again, we gotta get past Terrence Crawford first. Terrence Crawford's got a hell of a chance. I mean, if you look at it side by side, accomplishments between Terrence Crawford and Canelo. If you look side by side with the accolades, what they've done. Now, the only thing that I give Canelo, man, is that he's been in there with heavier guys. I mean, and that's just it, really, man. The amount of guys that Canelo's been in there with that are super big. I mean, come fight night. I mean, look at Caleb Smith. You come fight night, these guys look huge, and Canelo's steady beating the shit out of them, blowing up biceps. I mean, you got a lot of stuff that's going to be going on in there that requires you to be able to hang with the bigger guys. And Canelo's just that. He's been in there with the bigger guys. And Terrence just hasn't been in there with the bigger guys. And again, yeah, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. This is boxing. Got two great fighters. I'm not saying that. I'm totally saying that Terrence Crawford has no chance. That is not what I'm saying, guys. I'm saying that betting, man, I got to put the money on Canelo. He's going to be the one marching forward. And he's going to be the one constantly attacking, trying to make it a fight. Shit, man. I really do hope that the tickets that are freaking still not bought here for Kambosos and Richard Hitchison, I hope that changes, man. That shit going to look bad. I'm a man rich. Hit chins. New York will turn up, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe that just goes to show you that maybe Kambosos, man, he don't got that, and it's a dance partner too. I don't know if, people are really thrilled about seeing Richard Hitchison versus Kambosos. Who knows what's going on with this whole ticket sales. It says seats in the 300 level were not even offered for sale. It appears that about 75% of the tickets available have been sold. I will be there. So Kambosos revealed today that there are still 4,000 sold tickets. The venue seats 5. Looking at the seating chart for this event, the above statement is not accurate. Okay. So because people are going to tap in and try to see what's going on, right? And one of the comments here said, looking at the seating chart for this event, the above statement is not accurate. Seats in the 300 level were not even offered for sale. And so it seems like maybe some of that is not true, depending on where the sources are coming from, right? And yeah, that was all that was said about that. Well, more about that. So we got a few days left. Pretty sure those tickets will be bought out. And I mean, we are going to get a good fight. And super honestly, if you look at the actual event and the undercard, we got some good fights. It's going to be a good night of boxing this weekend. Again, shout out to everybody tuning in, man. I appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button. Hit that notification bell if you like what you're listening to and you want to know when we go live. You already know how this works. Totally free way of supporting the show. Doesn't cost you a thing. Get us out there in front of more faces, more ears. So, yeah, hit that like button, tap that, subscribe, and make sure that you tune in with us throughout the day. Every day when we talk our boxing-ish. All right. Let me see what else I could tap into this morning. And again, I just wanted to talk really about what Turki had said and mention some of the fights that we've seen as of late that have been lacking luster. Nobody wants to see fights that they got one guy running. No Tom and Jerry shit for Turki Alalshikh. Okay. Now, let's see if there's anything else we could tap into today before I go ahead and start the day. The Shant Dev, we spoke on the Shant Dev fighting on the card, on the Richard Hitchison card, which is actually a good. They're placing him in good places, man. That's Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is definitely putting Nishan Dev in the right place to get the right attention. I mean, look, you're tapping into 1 billion viewership in a country. You better know what you're doing. You better know what you're doing. Netflix, man. Shit, man. Netflix is definitely now in the boxing game, bro. Amazing. And, Terrence Crawford versus Canelo on Netflix. I can't wait to see those numbers. I mean, Latin America. I mean, I'm pretty sure the whole eastern side of the world is going to be tapping into. I don't care if you're in Russia. You're going to want to tap into this fight. It's on Las Vegas. Saudi Arabia boxing financier Turki Alalshikh formally announced the union with Netflix Tuesday, giving the immense showdown massive viewership potential after November's Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight, which generated 108 million streams. Now, could we possibly be looking at 109 million streams with Canelo versus Crawford? Or do we expect Crawford and Canelo to, totally destroy those numbers from Mike Tyson and Jake Paul? Because remember, Jake really prides himself on this number, being the most viewed, the most seen and all that. I mean, even if this number's broken, he could at least say that he did it first, right? Because, Because, I mean, I'm thinking that these numbers could possibly be broken. Not saying that, that Mike Tyson versus Paul was just a fake fight, but we're talking about a real fight here. It says, although Alvarez Crawford isn't expected to fare as well. Oh, so they're not. How is it they're not expected to fare as well? The bout matching two stalwarts of the sport pound for pound rankings over the past decade will give boxing a respite from the plague of piracy that has watered down an abundance of pay-per-view fights while additionally bringing the highest profile bout to the masses, as was done, in the sport's golden era. Yeah, man, there's been a lot of piracy. I mean, that's the age we're living in anyway. People are just pirating everything. All right, so you know what? I forgot to put in that invite link. All right, if you look at the chat, you'll see the StreamYard link. If you want to tap in this morning on your way to work, or maybe you're just starting the day cooking up breakfast, tap in with us. Let us know what you're thinking about Turki Alalshikh's comment on X. No more Tom and Jerry fights. Who was he talking about? What's the disappointment? We got Netflix now involved in this big fight. Crawford versus Canelo on Netflix, and $108 million for Mike Tyson and Jake Paul on viewership. Can Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford beat those numbers? Is it possible? Excuse me. Got the sniffles right now. Whoa. And Dana White's involved in this too, so I don't know. I think that these numbers could be really huge. I don't know about breaking 108 million streams. Obviously, you know, Mike Tyson is Mike Tyson. Jake Paul is Jake Paul. That you can't really take away. They just their viewership goes outside of boxing, and I think that that's a big reason why those numbers were so huge. 108 million. That's a lot. That's a lot. So, but Dana White, Alalshikh and promoter Dana White, the UFC CEO, now starting a new TKO boxing promotion, stopped short of finalizing the official venue as they continue negotiating to bring the bout to the Las Vegas Raiders' home, Allegiant Stadium. That would be amazing. So they're trying to bring it to Allegiant Stadium. What a nice stadium, too. So, obviously, you got UNLV. That's the home team football game that they have. So they're going to have to, like, talk to the officials to see what they can do, right? Because the home football game is on the same day as the fight day. So going to have to see what that negotiation is going to look like to try to take that day. Because, I mean, it is a football stadium, right? Excuse me. It's not like it's not made for football, you know. We're boxing. Obviously, we can't just come in and just, you know, step over the schedule. But quote, and give me a second, actually, guys. Whoa. All right, so it says, quote, on September 13th, Canelo and Crawford, two legends of boxing, will finally compete against each other in the fight of the century. Alongside Dana White, we will deliver something truly incredible in Las Vegas for fans around the world to enjoy through Netflix, Alalshikh said. All right. And the bout marks White's first foray into boxing after building the UFC into an empire with former owners Lorenzo and Frank Fertitta, and now Endeavor Group Holdings TKO. And I mean, White's been doing it. I mean, again, I think that the boxing fight that he promoted last was with McGregor and Floyd, and that was pretty amazing. I mean, I don't think he was super a part of it, was it? I'm gonna forget if Dana White was really a super part of that or wasn't. I think that, yeah, I think he was. Turkey says Turkey wants to make the biggest fights that the fans want to see in boxing, and this is right up my alley, White said in the statement. Are you kidding me that the first boxing fight I'm going to get to promote is Canelo versus Crawford? It literally a once-in-a-lifetime fight. Live on September 13th, streaming globally on Netflix. Two of the greatest boxers in the sport will meet in a historic fight from Las Vegas. Yeah, that is pretty cool. Jumping into boxing straight into a mega fight promotion. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And again, we're still yet to see what TKO got cooking up, man. You know, the whole UFC model and all that. We got different sides, different opinions on that, and what we think is right and what is wrong. How much should fighters get paid? I think you're not going to be, even if you got this league style, UFC style league on TKO, you're not going to take away from the fighters that are literally the 1%. They get paid millions and millions, right? You're not going to take away from them. You know, I think the TKO is just going to bring a lot more opportunity to the average Joe. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be able to get guys from all over the world, Spain, Poland, all these Eastern European countries too, Romania. Who knows where these boxers are from? We got a lot of boxers, man. If you really think about it, how many registered boxers are in the world? Like 5,000? I feel like, yeah, maybe like 5,000 something in the world. And probably more. So it's like, you really think about it. Oh my God, way more. There's no single definitive number for the registered boxers worldwide. But suggested estimates are about 20,000 active professional boxers. That's according to Business Insider. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the sanctioning bodies would have a little more information, or probably more accurate information. But if we're talking about 20,000 boxers, geez, there's 20,000 people out there. So you really think about it, the boxers that we got now, top guys, the guys that you hear about in the rankings, right? Let's say that in the rankings we got maybe, let's say between all the weight classes, let's say we got 15 times 4, that's what, 60 per division. Got about 100, about 60. Yeah, it's actually a good amount of fighters actually under those belt systems. If you're talking about four sanctioning bodies, you got 15 in the rankings per sanctioning body. That's 60 per weight division. Let's say they got 12, maybe 15 weight divisions, something like that. And then you're talking about a good number, 60, 120. So you got like 500 boxers probably, or probably a little less than that, right? 300, let's say 300, between 300 and 400. And that's just in the rankings. And if you got 20,000 active professional boxers, now I don't know how many superstars we got going on there, guys, but in a TKO style, tournament style or and again, I don't know if it's going to be actual tournament style, but in a TKO setting or a UFC model, giving an opportunity to 20,000, fighters, we can actually see maybe some superstars coming out of these fights. Opportunities to guys that are going to be given that normally these guys would not have the opportunity, to shine. So TKO, man, shout out to Dana White again, man. He's a ill-ass businessman. Hell of a good poker player, card player, baccarat, whatever. They be kicking this guy out of the fucking casinos because he's nasty with it. He knows what he's doing. And the models work, man. A lot of UFC fighters, they've made the money. I mean, look, he got power slap. I was one of the people in the beginning that was against the whole power slap shit. I was just like, man, that shit ain't going nowhere. But there's motherfudgers out there that will slap the shit out of you and then take one for the team also for entertainment. Like, they're out there. Yo, the slap, that power slap, bro, oh my goodness, is done so good. I mean, it's incredible how power slap is blown up, man. And you got some real champs, some real heroes in that fucking sport. So you see, the guy knows what he's doing, and people are getting paid. Some of these guys would have never had an opportunity to be in a situation where they would get paid the money they're getting paid to slap somebody. So I'm saying all that to say that, there's going to be an opportunity presented to fighters across the board in the world that normally probably they wouldn't have gotten a chance to, to be able to fight or to be able to be pushed. And I'm excited to see what's going to come out of that, because with that many fighters, registered fighters, there's bound to be some diamonds in the rough. There's bound to be some fighters out there that are just not getting the attention or are not able to muster up enough finances or whatever. And TKO is going to be able to bring that probably to the country. It's not everybody that can fly out to America, and make it big out here. You know what I mean? But if you're bringing it to those countries like UFC, man, I mean, UFC's they brought the model everywhere. Latin America is huge. Latin America had a huge influx of MMA, not just fighters, right? But just like the want to see MMA in Latin America got huge. And that was UFC, man. And obviously there's smaller promotions. Excuse me, the smaller promotions that have been a part of all of that in Latin America for UFC, but the influence and the model, the business model that's been used, it's given the opportunity to a lot of people across the world. And I think the TKO is going to do just that. They're going to bring that environment, those shows to those countries, and we'll be able to get more out of that pool of boxers that are registered professionally around the world. Excited to see that for sure. Again, shout out to everybody tuning in, man. Early road work here on the Boxing Biz. And if you wanted to tap in, obviously we have the StreamYard up there. If not, you can use Discord also. I'm going to put up the Boxing Biz. That's all you got to do when you go on Discord is just go ahead and type in the Boxing Biz. Look for us. Go ahead and friend us. We'll add you. And we'll bring you on through Discord also. There we go. And if you guys see it, I just put it up there. I mean, it's basically what you see behind me, right? Right here. The Boxing Biz Discord. So if you guys want to, you can go ahead and tap in with us on there. Let's see what we got else this morning. All right. What do we got? All right. We're going to accept that. Shout out to the IG family again, man. Make sure that you're tapping with us across the board too, bro. It's not just YouTube. We're on all social media platforms. So check us out. We'll be posting, bringing you guys, up-to-date boxing news and a couple of clips on there on the IG. Check us out on Facebook also. And, tap in. And we'll probably be tapping in a little later, too. I'm trying to do 2 shows a day. Obviously, I'm back in action, and I just want to be able to come on here and talk with you guys, man. A lot of you guys on this morning, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Let's get active. Let's get active on the chatty. Let's see. Turki Alalshikh last night said no more Tom and Jerry games. No more running around. I don't ever want to see a Skull Canelo fight ever again in my life. Ever. My word. This Canelo Crawford fight got to be the best fight I ever see. And I can't wait to see these trailers too come out. Because Turki Alalshikh be souping it up. Listen, Bivol and Beterbiev was amazing. I mean, I think that was one of the fights that really made me believe in Turk. And, really made me believe that there was going to be some real waves. I mean, he made the waves. Nobody's done it like that. Nobody's done movie-style trailers for a fight. Even Jake, when Jake came in, Jake came in with different flavors. Shout out to Jake Paul. He's done a bunch of new things in the sport. And he's definitely made the waves. But Turk definitely upped. He upped everything. Gave us some of the shit I wasn't really with. The whole music concert and, there was some shit for a minute that I was like, whoa, what is this? Fights were like 20, 30 minutes in between. Fuck, nah, I don't got no patience for that shit. But the Eubank and Conor Benn fight, come on, that shit was beautiful, bro. That fight so far is the best fight that I've seen. Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. is probably the best fight that I've seen this year. Probably, I don't even know if I could say even the last 2 years. But Conor Benn, the whole coming out, got the band playing. That was a great atmosphere. Did it huge. All part of Riyadh season. These shows like this are, they're bringing a lot of prestige to the sport of boxing. A lot of prestige. What else we got going on? All right, fellas, man, ladies. We got. No, we don't. All right. So what I'll do is, again, guys, thank you for tapping in with us. Nobody's tapping into the Discord or the StreamYard, and I'm gonna get going. I'll probably be back. Gonna go get this haircut. Doomy got to get fresh. I got to get back on my gym shit. Can you believe it, man? In 2 weeks, 3 weeks that you don't do anything. I mean, no working out. You're eating what you want. You're just not doing anything physically, right? Because I'm a big health guy. I like to, promote good health, good living, working out. But, bro, I am just like you guys, regular Joe. Every now and then, I kind of mess up, and I got to get back on my shit. So, dude was doing amazing, and I had a two and a half, let's just say the 3 week. I had the 3 week special, and boom, 15, 20 pounds, automatic. It's crazy. Now I got to get back on my bike. Got to get back to my shadow boxing. Got to get back to my weightlifting. Got to get back to my early morning runs and walks and all that shit. It's a constant battle, man. Take care of your health. Health is wealth. And tap into the IG too, man. Alex Doomsday Linus is the personal IG. If you want to tap in with us on the Boxing Biz, that's across all social media platforms, the Boxing Biz. And tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. And I appreciate you guys tapping in with me. Early morning road work here on the Boxing Biz. And I'll definitely be tapping with you guys a little later. So stay tuned. Have a good day. Hope y'all got that coffee and brekkie. You know what I mean? Dropped off the kids at school or whatnot. Have a blessed day. It's the Doomatron, and I've been deactivated. Cheers.